Would you say that 10 years ago you were a different person?
No, I don't think so. More fitter maybe, but I mean these days I'm, age-wise a little less fitter. But 10 years ago probably I would be walking faster and probably standing a little bit more upright.
Picture the outline of your frame, your physical frame. In what way does it relate to the frames of your parents?
My parents.
Yes. How much do you think you look like them?
Yeah, I think nowadays I feel, or I've been told, that I look just like my father. I think as I'm getting older, maybe my features are slightly changing, little bit drawn in. So yeah, I would be looking like my father.
And in what way do you look or resemble your ancestors, if you can remember any of them?
I think it's my features. I don't think I would resemble to beyond my father, because I don't think I remember my grandfather, and there are very few photographs available. And my mother as well, there are no photographs, so it would be very difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you describe the picture you've seen recently, a photograph or a picture that you've seen recently that reminds you most of home?
Well, that's not easy. I mean, when I see a documentary or a news item, and as soon as you mention India, then I am definitely, homesick, even after being in England for 50 years. And if you mention Bombay or Mumbai these days, then I really get sad that I wish I was there.
So is there a painting that you've seen recently that reminds you of that, apart from, as you're saying, documentary or the news?
Painting lately I haven't seen that would remind me of home. No, I can't. Definitely, I haven't really got any paintings or drawings.
Can you describe the landscape you're sitting in at the moment?
Well, it's quite a modern space, large window walls, and you can see the surrounding outside, and it's very pleasing that regardless of the weather, you can see all around parts of the city of London outside this building.
Straighten up, please. Take a moment to feel your head balancing on your shoulders. Are your arms supported to help maintain the position of your trunk and shoulders?
No, I think not. If there were hand rests on the chair, then I think I would definitely be feeling the support my arms are giving.
Are your shoulders back?
No, that is with age. My shoulders, I stoop.
Is your back straight?
No.
Is your body weight distributed evenly on both your legs just now?
Only I'm crossing, so it's only on one leg.
Is the midline of your spine being maintained to allow your internal organs to function effectively?
Yes, I think so.
Are your knees at level or higher than your hips?
They are level.
Take a moment to think about how you are anchored in the ground as you sit. Sitting on your chair, you shift frequently. Occasionally, you take a deeper breath. Intermittently, when your neck feels stiff, you move a little to stretch it out. Sitting upright in your chair, you know exactly where you are. But this isn't always clear to you. As when you wake, for instance, in a panic, your mind facing a wall. At these moments, the self has to be reconstructed. What is your name?
Purushottam,
What is your date of birth?
4/11/1942,
Where were you born?
in Sindh, which is now in Pakistan, but at that time it was India.
And you live now in?
In London, suburb of London.
What is your education?
Education, I had a interrupted education, so the education I have is plastics technology, but it's only a diploma rather than a degree or anything like that.
Are you married?
Yes,
What is your occupation?
I'm a financial advisor.
Ask yourself some questions about your present situation. For instance, have you ever broken the law?
No. No, definitely not.
Do you feel that there are some conditions under which it's okay to break the law?
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes laws can be misleading and unnecessary. So in that sense, yeah, as long as you're not breaking the law in a serious way.
Do you consider yourself to be a good person?
I think so.
And how would you define goodness?
Well, I think goodness is defined is what you do and you treat everyone in a civil way. It's like you get what you give, so you need to be grounded,
In what way would you define yourself as a good citizen?
Well, living, according to the laws of the land and not being a burden or, try not to be a burden, to the state or to anyone if you can help it.
So when you come to the museum today, do you feel you've come as a citizen?
Yeah.
In what way? Can you just talk about that a little bit? in what way you feel that you're here also as a citizen?
That's quite difficult to explain. Um, uh, well, you feel that it's part of the culture, you know. So art always should be in every person's mind, and they should be thinking or even doing art, you know, art, getting involved.
Do you feel do you feel being here today, would you call yourself a witness, or would you call yourself a spectator, or would you call yourself a participant?
I think I would be a spectator, but because my son Sunil is involved, then I feel that I'm involved as well. Or in that sense, you know, it's just maybe a dream. Maybe in the past, if I had the opportunity, I could have done something like this.
Can you recall for me a significant event from your past? Something that is significant to you?
It's it would be very difficult to really pinpoint a particular situation, except I'm glad I spent my teenager times in Mumbai.
Is it easy to remember?
Yes, yes. I think I remember everything about my time, going to school, the friends I had. I quite often visualize, if I could go back, so I visualize what we did on certain instances, so I can remember quite vividly.
Is it easy to forget?
No, I think at present time in my life, I don't think I can ever forget the good times of the past.
Why do we trust our memory?
Sorry?
Why do we trust our memory?
Trust?
Our memories, why do we trust them?
Because I think they make me feel better. You know, it's like when you are a little sad or depressed, listening to a certain type of music inspires rather than makes you more sad.
Right. Arranging individual incidents into a plausible sequence, you redraw the narrative line of your life in order to think about how you got here, got to be here today.
I think, well, I always describe my coming to England as really an accident. And because I was on target to finish my BA and then continue and qualify in law, which one of my best friends did. But my life was interrupted by coming to England because my sister was here, and I think my parents thought maybe I'll get better education here.
So what were you doing before you came here today?
Nothing special, just getting ready, having breakfast, and then sort of coming here.
Can you describe the picture, any picture, that changed something for you, or everything for you? Something, an image that you saw that really changed you in some way?
When? Anytime.
Anytime.
I think whenever I see or visualize and think back and imagine seeing my dad, I think that would be the most important thing.
So what was the last time you saw a picture of your dad?
Only last Monday.
And what did you think when you were looking at it?
Well, I was pretty sad that I was unable to spend sort of time with my dad. So when I came to England, that was, I think, curtailed my, time with my dad.
What will you do once you leave here today?
Nothing special. It's Saturday, and think what I'm going to eat, and watch a bit of television, and hope the weather is good tomorrow.
And what will you remember most about today, being here today?
Well, seeing everyone running around and having a good time, and hopefully, I don't know if my granddaughter is still here, but I would like to see her.
And is that what you will remember the most about?
Yeah,
today?
I think seeing my granddaughter would be the highlight today.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, very difficult, some of the difficult questions.